For the office of Director of the Board, I, insert your name,
I, Rod Brewer,
I, Jaclyn Moreno,
do solemnly swear
do
solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
discharge the duties on which I'm about to enter.
And that this will be subscribed and sworn to me before this 5th day of December 2018. Your term expires on 12/2022. And with that,
Okay, try to turn this around here. Can everyone hear me? Okay, so I kind of prepared some remarks because this is a very exciting time for me and for my family. We worked a long time running for this seat. So I wanted to start off and just share a short story with you. And some of you have heard this story before, but I like it because it demonstrates the unconditional support that my husband, Ruben, who's here today with my kids, beginning of this journey. So shortly after the 2016 presidential election, I started a group here in Elk Grove whose primary purpose was to keep elected officials accountable. I started meeting elected officials throughout the community, and it didn't take me long to see what most of you probably already knew, that we live in a world where women make up over 50% of the population, but consistently make up less than 20% of all elected officials. And research shows that when women don't have a voice at the table, the issues that are important to women are unlikely to be addressed. So a few months after the conception of that group, I remember one night coming home from another meeting with another elected official, frustrated that the issues affecting me weren't the issues that were important to him. So I looked at my husband, and with conviction, I said out loud for the first time, I'm running for something. Yeah. And I half expected him to try to talk me out of it. No, we have 2 young kids, don't be crazy, you own a business, I'm an attorney, you just don't have time for this. But instead, he looked at me square in the eyes and said, I know you are. Yeah. And since then, there has not been a moment in which my husband hasn't been right alongside of me, cheering me on. So thank you, Ruben, for your support throughout this endeavor. And then to my 2 daughters who are here, Olivia and Maya, I want both of you to know a few things that I learned along the way. So when I first contemplated running for office, I thought, what research shows many women think. How can I run? I'm not an attorney, I'm not special, I don't have any special kind of training. But what I've realized along the way is that my experiences are enough. Being a mom is enough. Being a business owner, an employee, a volunteer, an educator is enough. In fact, all the experiences that I've had are valuable. And I want you to know growing up that you will be enough too. That you'll be enough to lead if that's what you choose to do, and that your voice matters and you yourself have the power to stand up and lead the changes that you want to see in the world. So thank you for standing by my side through this. I know it was rough. Thank you guys. And colleagues and my new partners at CSD for the warm welcome that I've received. One thing has been very clear as I've run for this office. CSD is a very special place, and thank you for all the work you do in making it so. Thank you so much for that. And then as I look into the crowd this evening, I see many supporters, family, and friends, people that contributed to the campaign in all sorts of ways. Donating, knocking, dropping literature, calling, texting, writing postcards, and perhaps most importantly, listening when I questioned whether or not I had it in me to keep going, because running for office is hard. But I'm still humbled and amazed by how many of you stood beside me throughout this campaign and by how many of you stand here and sit here tonight. My friends, the work is only just beginning, and I hope that you'll stand with me as we work to tackle some of the important issues that we talked about in the campaign so that we can make progress together for our community. Throughout this campaign, I ran on a platform centered around equity. Equity for workers, equity in our hiring and promotional practices, equity in access to services, equity in our election and our governing process. I talked to thousands of community members about what it means to them in Elk Grove and Galt, what equity means to them. So tonight, I'd like to make this commitment. I promise to always look at issues with an equity lens, to involve community stakeholders, and work on not only the growth and prosperity of this community, but also on inclusion. Because there never has been a community that works for everyone that hasn't worked hard on making sure everyone was included. So thank you all for being here tonight. I appreciate the opportunity.